Adrian, stand up straight and tall, shoulders down.
The Waller family of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, all 9 of them,
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
loves to make videos of everything they do.
Hi.
Lots of laughs and happy moments.
There he is.
But for 17-year-old Gavin Waller and his parents, there's one video that stands out. Taking them back to a time when Gavin was a toddler and almost died in an all-too-common at-home accident.
I had no idea that there was this silent, deadly killer in every room of my house.
Can you feed the baby some cereal?
Gavin's mother, Nikki, was making a video of 2 of her other children, her twins.
They were being really cute, eating Rice Krispies off of their walker trays, and I thought I'd film for a few minutes. But unfortunately, I got more than just cute twins on film.
This joyful moment is about to end as she is distracted by a phone off the hook and swings the camera around, catching a horrifying image of Gavin that we are going to show only because it had a happy ending. Gavin hanging by the neck from the pull cord on a set of window blinds, silently strangling.
I somehow got Gavin off the window blinds, but I don't actually remember lifting him off.
He choked himself. He's blue.
Gavin.
Gavin's father, Nate, raced in to help.
Daphne, please.
Gavin.
I kind of squeezed him a little bit, and then he gasped for air.
And then the sweetest sounds Gavin's parents had ever heard.
He's 3. He's crying. He's making noises.
Can you breathe?
Up by the window, and he got himself hooked in the mini.
We were the lucky ones.
We were the
basically.
lucky ones.
If you could call it that.
He was left with a welt across his neck, but that was all.
And fortunately, he doesn't really remember it, and it doesn't seem to have caused any permanent damage.
Thin crust.
Regular crust.
Okay.
Today, Gavin is a senior in high school, working after school at a pizza parlor. Eager, he says, for parents everywhere to see the disturbing video of his near-death experience with the cord of a window blind.
I'm glad that it's out there and that it saved the lives of other children that have been fortunate enough to have parents who have seen that video.
But unfortunately, since the day of Gavin's accident some 13 years ago, the Consumer Product Safety Commission estimates well over 100 American children have died, somehow caught in window blind cords.
Brian, I see decades, and I'm talking decades, about children once a month getting hanged to death by these products, and it's got to stop. These are many different types of samples.
Elliot Kay, the chairman of the Consumer Product Safety Commission, says he's made the elimination of window blinds with cords a top priority after a 30-year period in which both the industry and his own agency have failed to do so.
I mean, come on, look at that.
Yeah.
That's
And this
scary.
is what they just essentially end up wrapping around there.
They do. They wrap it around and hang to death. And imagine finding a child like that.
Yeah.
Kay says cordless versions like this set would solve the problem.
Look at that. It's beautiful.
But Kay's agency does not have the legal authority to outright ban the corded versions, and he says the industry continues to drag its feet.
I think it's disgusting. I really do. And they know that. They know that.
Most of the blinds sold in this country come from 3 major manufacturers: Springs, Hunter Douglas, and Newell Rubbermaid, which sells the Levolor brand. None of their executives would agree to appear in our report.
Mr. Vasami?
Nor would the head of the window blind trade group, Ralph Vasami, when we caught up with him outside his office in New York City.
I wanted to ask you some questions about the children who have died in the window blind accidents. Can you talk about that at all, sir?
No.
But under oath in a brain injury lawsuit last year against a window blind company, Vasami could not avoid answering questions.
So by making the decision to not eliminate those hazards, implicitly they're making the decision to allow children to continue to be exposed to those hazards, correct?
Yes.
This is what you should have in a kid's room.
Absolutely.
The lawyer asking the questions, Jim Onder, has brought more than 50 death and injury lawsuits in window blind cases.
How many have gone to trial?
None.
They've all settled?
Yes.
Why?
The documents and the testimony is too condemning that I don't think a manufacturer can afford to go to trial.
The industry disputes the Safety Commission's accident numbers and has produced videos to show a range of safety features that it says have substantially cut the death rate, including breakaway cords and methods to keep cords out of a child's reach. There is no need to ban window blinds with cords, the industry maintains.
For the 90% of American consumers who don't have small children, the corded option may make some sense.
Nancy Nord is a former member of the Consumer Product Safety Commission, who industry lobbyists arranged to talk with us.
I think you have to understand that you can't have an environment, one where all risk has been eliminated. That just is a naive thing to want.
Even when it comes to children dying.
You're not going to eliminate the risk by banning cordless or corded window options.
We're not talking about colonizing Mars. We're talking about transitioning to a product that is already economical, already available, and already proven to save lives.
What led you to take such an aggressive stance on this? Was there some moment?
There was the death of Mac Thomas when I read about that in March of 2014. It was the first that I heard about it, and I cried like I had not cried in a long time.
Hey Mac, would you like more?
Mac Thomas lived in this house in suburban Washington, D.C. He was 2 years old, the son of an Army doctor and his wife, Stephen and Erica, who thought they had a child-proof house.
I still stand here and I say I did everything that I knew to do to keep my child safe. And despite, my best efforts, my son is gone.
Mac's mother found him one morning lifeless on the floor, strangled when he got caught in a blind cord. Apparently, she thinks, as he tried to look out his window at the stars that he and his brother loved so much.
There was nothing there. I tried to clear his throat. There was nothing there, and he wouldn't wake up. I just knew, and I was screaming. I was just screaming. And then I ran out of the house with him, and I just sat on the front lawn in the mud.
And then, in the midst of their grief, and as has happened with so many other parents whose children died in window cord accidents, the Thomases were blamed for not watching their son closer and investigated by Child Protective Services.
It's your fault.
It's our
fault. You should have watched your child.
Should have watched your child.
Does it make you mad to hear that?
It does.
To turn around and tell me that it is an issue of parental neglect, to me, it is a shameful distraction from the real issue.
Nearly every parent I know was blamed initially for the death of their child
You
and
were
investigated.
You were
yes,
blamed?
initially, yes. So with my daughter, my pull cords were up out of her reach.
In the wake of the death of her daughter in a window blind cord accident, Linda Kaiser of suburban St. Louis also came under police investigation, leading her to set up a foundation called Parents for Window Blind Safety to help expose the problem.
And she put her head in like this and strangled like that. I was not allowed to leave my home when my child died. I had to reenact the scene, and I had to answer a barrage of questions in my home.
So they essentially accused you of murder?
Yes. All the questions were there going down that road of, we think you killed your child. When I understood, okay, police officers don't get it, I didn't get it, all these people in the nation don't get it, that made me want to fight for educating people.
The industry says it too is trying to educate the public about the hazards.
And many new parents may be unaware of potential cord dangers,
including a new Best for Kids campaign.
Our message to manufacturers and retailers is to only use cordless products in homes with young children.
Yet working with our ABC affiliates across the country, we found that message is not getting through or being acted on in many places.
Is there a safety issue or anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
ABC reporters went to major stores asking about blinds for children's room and found a confusing array of options, often not clearly labeled. In some cases, store employees were helpful.
That's why cordless is a really good option when you have tots.
But in many others, employees seemed to have no idea or had not been trained about the danger.
When you have the cord, you could just tie it up.
Is there a safety issue or anything like that?
No, not really.
And our affiliate reporters also discovered that a safety warning is posted on both the corded or hazardous blinds and on the cordless blinds, which don't pose the same threat.
So what's the impact when they put a warning label on something that is the safer
Pure
product?
confusion. Pure confusion.
If you're a consumer, you would think this is as dangerous as the
You
others.
would.
In the last few weeks, Kay's campaign on the window blind industry has had several victories. IKEA and Target have both taken all window blinds with cords off their shelves. They now only sell cordless blinds.
Product safety is a priority for us at Target. Cordless blinds are the safest option. And so as a responsible retailer, we were very eager to do whatever we could to increase the safety of our products.
And since we began our reporting on the issue, Home Depot, Walmart, and Lowe's have now announced they too will stop carrying window blinds with cords, but not until the end of 2018, 3 years away. For the Thomas family, it's some comfort that the death of their son Mac has helped to push Kay and the industry and the retailers to do what Erica and Stephen think should have happened a long time ago.
I'm thinking of not if another child is going to die, but when. And I see another mother sitting in the mud, holding her lifeless child. And I cannot, for the life of me, understand what kind of a business knows that they sell a product that kills children and doesn't care. I mean, that really, I don't understand that. I just fundamentally don't understand.
For Nightline, Brian Ross, ABC News, New York.